Hi, it's Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. So today I actually want to read out another testimonial from a client that we worked with before Christmas. It's actually now early March while I'm recording this video. So let me tell you about this client. This was a client who had her 70-something-year-old mom in ICU after a PE, after pulmonary embolus. She had a cardiac arrest, and she was in ICU for at least 6 to 8 weeks at the time, had an IVC filter inserted because of the pulmonary embolus. She ended up ventilated with a tracheostomy for weeks on end. She also had a pelvic fracture. She had a hip fracture. She was actually in a car accident originally, but then ended up with a PE, with a pulmonary embolus that related to cardiac arrest. Anyway, the ICU team at the time was told, you know, she won't survive and the doom and gloom and it's all hopeless and she will never get off the ventilator, and, you know, the whole doom and gloom that ICUs do, the whole negativity. And, you know, which is why she reached out to us and eventually hired our service to get a second opinion and say, look, is this all real? Should we keep going? And obviously I encouraged the client to keep going, and that, you know, if as long as they keep doing the right things, she will probably end up better on the other end, assuming, you know, they're doing all the right things, which, you know, with some input from us and with some pressure from us and with some guidance from us, they did. Let me read out her testimony. She said, "Hi, Patrick. Mom got the tracheostomy out just before Christmas and they sent her back to her hometown. They were clearing the wards before the Christmas holidays. They left her in the emergency department for 2 days before moving her to the ward. She got a bit more awake and refused to have the feeding tube reinserted, so I got a retired nurse to help me sort that out. They called it risk feeding. It was a rigmarole. Probably timing of the holidays didn't help. She persuaded them to let her go out of rehab after a couple of weeks. She is using a wheelie walker and wheelchair to get around. I had to go back to the big city at the start of February to remove the IVC filter. It was hard work getting her back to the hospital because obviously she didn't want to go back, and traveling on public transport with a person who can't get very far with a walker was quite an experience for me. But we got there in the end, and she's back home now with my dad. She has improved, but it's slow. She has good days and then not so good ones, as we all do, I guess. She will probably get back with walking unaided. It might take a few more months. It is her main problem. Without that, she really is not far off her old self. So glad she got out of there with so little repercussions compared to what the doctors were describing in those family meetings. And I remember I was there in those family meetings. They were painting a black picture, doom and gloom picture. And I said to the client, don't give up. Just keep moving forward and keep putting the pressure on so that they keep doing the right things. So she continues on. So sad that has been our hospital experience, though. To go in to recover from pelvic fractures and come out with that experience is really awful. Apart from poor eyesight, she had no obvious health issues, hadn't been to a doctor for many years. Lucky to get out alive, I guess. We were really glad to have your service. It helped me a lot. Many thanks." So, you know, you can see once again what you get when you work with us one-on-one. You know, we'll open up a different world for you. We open up a different horizon for you. And, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. You just need the right advice. You need perspective. You need a second opinion, and you need someone that can ask the right questions on your behalf, which is what we're doing here at intensivecarehotline.com all the time. We make sure that you can make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence, which is, you know, what this lady ended up having, you know, and her mum, more importantly, survived the stay in ICU that the ICU said she wouldn't survive, you know. And I remember she had a setback. She was close to getting off the ventilator. Then she ended up with pneumonia, ended up being ventilated again. And I said to the client, don't despair. These setbacks happen. You know, don't let the doom and gloom from them drag you down. It was a hard time for her, but, you know, we managed to help her through this and educate her all the way along, you know, so that she always had perspective and that she wasn't getting dragged down by the negativity and the doom and gloom of the ICU team. You know, ICUs want to have their beds and they don't really care how they get their beds, whether it's by sending patients out or by letting them pass away, you know. And in this situation, thankfully, this client got the right advice to us, and we were managing her through the process. So another success story. Now, because we want to help as many people as possible, you know, we have created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care at intensivecarehotline.com. If you click on the membership link, or you go to intensivecaresupport.org directly, you will have access to me and my team in a membership area and via email 24 hours a day, and we answer all questions intensive care related. In the membership, you will also get 21 ebooks and 21 videos specifically designed for families in intensive care, you know, that answer all your questions, that guide you through the experience step by step. Now, I also offer one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. And I talk to you and nurse and your family directly, and I also talk to doctors and nurses directly, and I make sure you make informed decisions, you have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. Now, I have worked in critical care for nearly 25 years in 3 different countries, and I have also worked as a nurse unit manager for over 5 years in critical care. And I've been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care all around the world since 2013. And once again, you can look up our membership, you can look up our testimonial section, or you can look up our podcast section, where we have interviews with our clients verifying that we have helped them to save their loved ones' lives. And I can say that without the slightest hint of exaggeration, that we have helped our clients to save their loved ones' lives. Now, I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams, similar to what I've done with the testimonial client that I just read out. I've been in many family meetings with the client, and, you know, making sure all the right questions are asked, and also making sure it's the right strategy to go into a meeting in the first place. Very important question to ask. We also offer medical record reviews in real time if you need a second opinion in real time. We also offer medical record reviews after intensive care if you need, if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are simply suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, share the video with your friends and families, and comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have from this video. Thanks for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.